Hey everybody, Michelle with Michelle's for a Living here, and thanks for watching my videos. It's Saturday morning, July the 6th of 2019, and first I thought I'd show you my garden. It isn't much, but it's kind of in an old flower bed, but hey, it works. Just share what I'm going to be doing today, and talk about my healthy living lifestyle and what I'm doing to change. So I've got a variety of tomato plants here and some peppers. That's a bell pepper plant right there. And yeah, it needs to be weeded again. We got rain last night too, so everything's wet. But this little hot pepper plant, I don't know, what is this? A chili red, it says. Yeah, these are hot. So that's producing. And that tomato plant, you can see it's about ready to pick. These are the first tomatoes I've got to come up. And the little tomato plant over here on the end, someone gave me that after I had got these other ones. So it's a little bit behind, but I think I'm just about be able to pick one right there. So I'll check it later today. Oh, and here's a bell pepper growing right here. More tomatoes back there. All right, we'll see what else I'm up to. Okay, so my first stop this morning was at a farmer's market, and I got some good stuff. So I got to sample some cheeses. I live in Indiana, and this is a Kentucky Proud product, locally made down there someplace in Kentucky with grass-fed beef and stuff. But I paid way too much for the cheese, but it was good, and I got to sample some. I do like to have cheese. I do, on my new healthiness, I have cut out dairy a lot, okay, and for a lot of reasons. And I just see somebody that I know coming this way. Okay, anyways, but I do allow myself cheese and yogurt, and I have eaten some ice cream even though I shouldn't. So let me show you the other things I got. I got these onions. I got a bunch of kohlrabies, which I really like. I just eat them plain, I don't cook them. And I got some squash and some cucumbers. So we'll see what I get at this other farmer's market. I'm at the Big 4 bridge here, the walk bridge between Jeffersonville, Indiana and Louisville, Kentucky. Okay, so went to the other market. Not as big as the other one I went to this morning, but I did get a couple of things. So I got these carrots here, and the guy asked if I wanted the greens or not, or he'd take them off, and I was like, no, I'll keep them, and not thinking I was going to eat them, but he was like, oh, you can eat them, you know, we don't put anything on them. And he grabbed a piece of it and he ate a piece, and I was like, well, what are people doing with them? And he's like, well, you just chop them up, put them on salad, you know, or whatever. And so I ate a piece, and yeah, they were all right. So anyways, they were sticking up out the top of my bag. I got one of my Rite Aid tote bags here that I carried. They were sticking up out of the bag, and this lady I had talked to earlier, she's like, oh, what nice greens you have there. And I said, yeah, they're on the carrots, and they said you could eat them. And she was looking at them. I said, you want some? And she's like, oh, I'll try it. So she snapped some off and ate them too. But anyways, she was with the Master Gardeners program, which is it's a statewide program to people become master gardeners, and then they can go out and educate people on gardening and everything. Well, anyways, they were giving away free seeds, and so I got some free seeds. I need to plant that dill, so I have some dill, fresh dill. Okay, anyways, I also got some plums. Okay, so we'll see how those are. But that was all I got there. They just opened, and they were already, like, guy had already sold all his eggs and everything. So all right, anyways, I want to talk about what I've done to get myself to the point I'm at right now. And I got a lot of positive feedback on my video I made last Saturday morning, talking about wanting to become healthier, and going along with becoming healthier is meaning I need to lose some weight. And so this past week I really felt like one of my pairs of pants isn't fitting me right anymore. I mean, they were like falling down, which was not normal for that pair of pants. So that's a good thing. So the positive, I'm moving in a downward trend. I'm following a keto diet in general, I should say, but I'm not being strict keto. Kind of lazy about it. In that I'm not measuring my food and making sure that my percentage of fat and protein and you know, carbs are, you know, wherever they say they should be at. So I'm not really doing that. But I am, like, I've really shifted in what I'm eating, and I have to say I feel a lot better. Just totally. I've gotten myself to a point now where, like, and this happened, maybe a month ago, where I realized I didn't need to eat as much as I have been eating. That, you know, okay, first off, let me say, to get myself prepared to do this, like, I had to get myself in a mindset to change my habits and my lifestyle and everything, and the way I eat and cook and stuff like that. So I've started watching videos on YouTube and about getting healthy, reasons for getting healthy. There's all kinds. There's videos on any topic you want. You just have to look for them. And certainly keto has exploded, and YouTube's really good about catching on to what it is you're watching, and they suggest other videos. So that's how I found a lot of the channels that I have watched their videos, and I'll just, like, binge watch a bunch of videos from somebody. There's a lot of doctors are making videos about nutrition and keto diet and stuff like that, and so I just watched a big gamut. There's a lot of TED Talks. I started off watching a lot of those about nutrition, and a lot of it I've heard before, and it's just like, well, whether I've heard it before or not, I want the positive reinforcement of, and so that I stay in that, because it's, you know, I went through this whole phase about 3 months ago. I dropped off watching some of them, and, you know, and I was letting things around me affect my eating and everything, and it's hard with my man because he's not interested in losing weight, although he needs to lose it just the same as I do. But you know, I'm trying to shift him without making it a difficult process, and that he doesn't have to do anything. But, you know, if I'm going to cook for the two of us, then he's going to eat what I cook, and he doesn't really complain about what I cook. So anyhow, but I've been, from back at Thanksgiving pretty much is when I started working on it. I wanted to start cutting stuff out. I didn't want to just go cold turkey and just cut out all the stuff, because I've done that before and I can't stick to it. And I'm trying to like help myself do this, and so that I can maintain a lifestyle change and everything. So you know, last year, like, my body started rejecting me eating store-bought bread and not other wheat products, but just bread, and it was just upsetting me to eat it. I just didn't feel good, and so that really that helped a lot getting. And, you know, I'm not a big fan of bread to begin with. It's just an easy way to have a sandwich, right? Okay, makes it easy. So but I did really cut bread out. That was one of the first things that went. I was cutting back on the amount of potatoes I ate, because I do love me some potatoes, and I love pasta, and I started cutting back on that, and not eating, you know, for dinner, there was either potatoes, pasta, or rice in every dinner. You know, it's just the way that I was cooking, and it's all good, okay, but it isn't doing my body any good. So cutting that out so that I wasn't eating one of those starchy foods every day really helped. So progressively over the last 6 months, I have gotten rid of potatoes. I will eat sweet potatoes, but not very often. So I'm talking about regular white potatoes. Okay. Rice, I had rice yesterday just because I still have a little bit in my stockpile, and for the whole day, I took it into account as to what I was eating all of yesterday, that I let some rice in. But as for pasta, I haven't had it. Well, I made a lasagna a few weeks ago, and I think that was the last time I had any pasta. So I've really cut that out. That helped tremendously. I've also cut out the sweets. I still have some. I've had ice cream, and the 4th of July 2 days ago was it was a difficult day because I went to a party. I knew what was going to be happening there, but I did really well, and I was able to make choices, and I chose not to eat the potato salad, and I chose not to eat the macaroni salads. They had 2 different ones of those, and they had a nice big bowl of fruit salad. I ate just a very minimal amount of that, and then I did give in, and I had a little bit of ice cream and a brownie bite at the end of the evening. And the worst thing that I did, I had a glass and a half of wine. I don't drink alcohol very often, so that was the worst thing I did to myself. But what happened after that, because of doing eating like I have been, I was completely full. I had eaten too much. I knew that, and I didn't eat again until I quit eating on 4th of July probably at 7. Well, it was before 7, and I didn't eat again until 1:30 on Friday for lunch. So I've been doing intermittent fasting. There were 2 days, that and one other day that I just did like that kind of a fast where I didn't eat breakfast, and then I held off eating lunch as long as I could. And actually, when lunch came, I really wasn't really hungry for lunch yesterday. I probably could have skipped lunch also. But I haven't got myself to like whole day fasting. Maybe I'll do that one day or not. I don't know. But I do know that having changed my diet, going to whole natural foods, I don't eat as much as I used to. Like literally, I do not need to eat as much. I'm not hungry. Like this last week, breakfast hasn't been important to me. And maybe the past couple of weeks, I haven't eaten breakfast every day because I don't feel like eating in the morning anymore. It used to be I would eat something every day. I've gone to frying eggs in the morning. If I have some bacon cooked, I'll go ahead and eat that too. But I'll have eggs. Sometimes I put a slice of cheese on it. Sometimes I don't, and or some shredded cheese. But I don't eat breakfast every day. So that's kind of doing where I'll do the fasting. But let me talk back about at the beginning again where I was at and how I got to this point where I can, because I never thought that I would be in a position where I'd say I was fasting. I just never imagined that ever happening to me. I was doing for probably 4 months, don't eat anything after 8 p.m. It kind of changed the past couple of months because of the summertime being here, and it doesn't get dark until after 9 o'clock. And my man, he's been working and staying outside and doing jobs as long as the daylight happens, and so he's been coming home later, and so when I've cooked, it's like I just wait on him to eat. And but in the big picture of things, it's I don't know that that's hurting me too much. Okay, but I tell you what, cutting myself off at 8 o'clock, that worked for me for a while, and that was what I needed to do. Now I'm really trying to look at the big picture of what am I eating in a day, even though I'm not really keeping track of everything. The other big thing that I started last year was writing down everything I was eating. and that's a really great place to start if you got nothing else that you can do right now is just start writing down everything you eat, because it makes you really aware of when you're eating and how much you're eating and what it is that you're actually eating, because yeah, it's just very helpful to start writing down what you eat. The last month I've kind of really dropped off of writing down what I eat, but mentally I'm being more aware of thinking ahead a little bit. Okay, what is it I'm going to eat today? And so I kind of lay myself out a plan for the day. And yeah, and I have been losing weight. So right now where I stand, if I lose 15 more pounds, that'll get me back down to where I was before I started couponing. And that would make me happy. Okay, if I could lose 15 more pounds. But I think I was too heavy then. So getting 10 more pounds off of that would be a lot better for me. Okay, so so for right now, I'm not being obsessive about my weight, because we do know that, if I gain muscle, that weighs more than the fat that I'm losing. So, there can be some, differences there, but I'm not being obsessive about it. What's going to tell me is when I can get back into my size 14 pants and get out of the 16s, because, years ago I told myself I was never going to let myself get above a size 14, and I did. And that's what couponing did to me, because I have to blame it on my couponing and getting all this free junk food and all the candy and stuff like that, and it's just been detrimental on my health, and everything, and made me lazy. Okay, so couponing did more than put weight on me. There's other negative things that have happened. I quit doing things that I used to do all the time, and dream about doing again someday. Okay, so yeah, I appreciate everybody who gave me positive comments on my video last Saturday morning, talking about this and everything. It's good to have people support you. I wish I could get my man more on board. I do want to tell you a funny thing. Last week I bought those blueberries, and I said I'm gonna like blueberries, and I don't know if I just changed my mindset or whatever, because literally I'm 48 years old and I have never liked blueberries. Okay, and I have tried them over the years, because there's other things like sweet potatoes. I used to not eat them until like a year ago. I just couldn't stand the taste of them. I haven't tried lima beans again. I'm I'm kind of scared to try a lima bean yet. But the blueberries, I try them here and there, and they just don't do anything for me. Well, I bought those blueberries last week, and I got to my man's house, and I put them out on the counter, and he goes, "Now things are getting weird," because he knows that I don't eat blueberries, but here I am buying blueberries, and he knows I'm changing my diet. And I actually got him to say the word keto. He's like, he'll ask me, "Is that keto?" Okay, so anyways, yeah, I ate the blueberries. I was not expecting to like them, but I ate them, and I actually like blueberries now. I don't know. I think I feel so much better not eating like all that processed food anymore. I just feel so much better. Cutting out wheat, cutting out dairy products. I think between that and all the processed food and not eating so much sugar has really changed just in general the way that I feel. And maybe it's removed some toxins from my body. Who knows? I don't know. But I do believe that taste can change. And so, yes, I will eat blueberries now. They are not on the bad list anymore. Okay, so yeah, make a food journal. Write down everything you eat. That's where you can start, and start cutting back on the sugar. Cutting the soda out. I only drink Big Red, but I always had one Big Red at least every day. I have a little addiction to caffeine, and and I got it from the Big Red. I used to drink tea. There's been many times in my life that I went without drinking soda, and I always feel better for doing it. But back when I would, okay, I substituted. I drink tea. I've been drinking tea all my life, just instant tea. Well, I put sugar in it. I had to get myself, if I'm getting rid of the soda because it has too much sugar in it, at least if I drink tea and I put sugar in it, that's not as much. And it took me several months to get to a point where okay, so get rid of the soda, I'm just going to drink water, because if I make tea, I'm going to put sugar in it. So I was just drinking water and water and water. But anyways, one of the coupon deals, I got a bunch of Lipton tea bags at Rite Aid for free. So anyways, I drink tea, but I can drink this Lipton tea. Back in the winter, I was drinking it hot, and I didn't have to put any sugar in it. And now that it's summertime, I don't drink that. But I got this bottle so I could kind of keep track of how much fluid I'm drinking as well. So this is like 20 ounces, 26 ounces or whatever's in here. Yeah. So like I'll try and drink 2 of these a day. This much. It doesn't have to be tea, but just so that I drink a lot of liquid. So this way I can kind of keep track of how much I'm drinking and make sure that I am drinking, because, you know, just having some drink here and there, you know, whatever. So I always got this with me, and I'm drinking. Really drinking, I don't snack anymore either, which is a really weird thing that has happened to me with this. I really gave it up. I don't know when. A couple of weeks ago or something, maybe even the last week and a half, I realized that I really wasn't snacking. I was keeping nuts at work, or crackers. Back when I was still eating crackers, I'd keep them at work, and I'd have them, you know, in the afternoon, 3 o'clock or so, and I'd always eat something. And so I've really dropped that. I don't sit around the house and want to snack. I guess I kind of had a snack yesterday because I was at a friend's house and her blackberries are ripe, and I had some blackberries right off of the bush. So that was a snack, but other than that, I didn't have anything. And yeah, I literally don't want to eat as much. And so I think about cost effectiveness of eating cheaper processed foods and stuff like that I couponed for. I think the cost benefit of not buying any of that stuff compared to and eating more of it, because I was hungry all the time, you know, not eating as much cuts down on how much you have to spend on food, right? I think I had to go through that initial phase, get myself prepared, and be able to get to this point. I don't know, just you kind of have to go through this. It's not, I just don't feel like you can do this kind of a change overnight. You just can't decide to jump into keto. I can't see that happening. Maybe it works for some people, I don't know. And really, I resisted even doing keto, but I would watch the videos, you know, people talking about it and stuff like that, and what people were eating. And I was like, how do people sustain eating that way? How can you continue to do that the rest of your life? So I'm not so concerned about that now, once I've gotten myself started. And I think I have been in ketosis, let me say it, that, you know, because there's been periods where like I was being really strict. Okay, up until Thursday, when I went and had that 4th of July party meal, that threw me out. Okay, but yeah, it is, to me, it's a good diet, because it really forces you to pay attention to your sugar and how much you're eating. So it's not that I've cut all the sugar out of my life. It's just that I'm particular about what sugars I do allow myself to eat and everything. So, okay, anyways, I've talked enough today, and yeah, hopefully I'll I want to start like showing you guys what I eat and what I cook, and maybe, because actually things that I cook, I think anybody could eat them if they want to. You don't have to be on keto or anything like that. But I'm going to try and start doing that more. It's just a matter of finding the time to throw that in there. So, all right, that's all. Thanks for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.